Please like, share, and subscribe, and ring that little bell. Ring the little bell so you're notified when new videos drop. And The Last of Us, in my opinion, has jumped the shark. I don't think it was ever really there, but I think it's jumped the shark. Thank God for Nick Offerman. Oh my God, thank God for Nick Offerman. Whether you believe in God or not, I'm thankful to God for Nick Offerman. Why? Because my hatred of this episode cannot logically in any way be called a homophobic backlash, because I loved Nick Offerman's episode, the gay romance over a long time. I think the episode was called. Beautiful, really genuinely beautiful. Why? It was about characters. It was about people in a zombie apocalypse. Now it's about gay people in the zombie apocalypse. I think I say that many times in this review. It comes from my live stream last night. I actually missed out a really vital part of information in the live stream, which I'm going to insert into this, into the review, because there's something that really totally annoyed me. I'm just like bloody bored with it, essentially, which is why. And so at the right time, I'm going to interject another interjection, I guess. I guess that would be. But yeah, thank God that I love Nick Offerman's gay romance in episode 3, because I thought that was just insanely well done and beautiful, right? That's how I would describe it. It was insanely well done and beautiful. Well, again, it's about character. It's always about character. This is about making the people who make it feel good about themselves by saying that they like gay people. Everybody likes gay people. Nobody dislikes gay people. Oh, for goodness sake. I mean, but the basic point is this. They're putting they feel they're part of this great grand fight to make people accept gay people. They're completely accepted, and they justify it by saying, listen, if you're not on board with your kids learning pornography in school, or learning how to insert a dildo, and that actually happens in schools, right? If you ever seen the book Gender Queer, if you're not okay with your kid going to a drag show, if you're not okay with a 50-year-old man who's overweight wearing heels twerking on a float for your 5-year-old, that means you hate gay people. No, like most gay people also agree with this. There's weird shit to deal with kids, and there's gay people, right? The things shouldn't bloody be conflated to be the same thing, but in their idiot bloody minds, that's exactly what's going on. So I think the show's jumped the shark. Was it ever there? I don't know. I don't really give a shit, right? I played the game. I like the game. It's got 2 more episodes to go. I'm invested, basically. I'll carry on watching it. Hopefully it will be bad enough I can take the piss out of, or good enough I can rave about. But right now it's nearly bad enough I can take the piss out of. But right now, it's just painful. It's bland. It's boring, right? It's boring. You got a show about a fungus that takes over people's, turns them into zombies in a post-apocalyptic world, and you made it bloody boring. Well done, aren't you clever? Thank God for Nick Offerman. Again, I think many people say this many times a day, but thank God for Nick Offerman. Before we get into the view, like, share, subscribe, all those things are very good. Thank you very much for doing those things. I am very appreciative of you doing all those things. Look in the video notes, sign up to my Substack, my email newsletter, my Instagram. I finally got around to starting posting on that yesterday. Twitter, follow me on the Twats, and Facebook. They're all there. Do all that stuff. But definitely subscribe, definitely like, definitely follow, all those things. All those things are fantastic. Thank you very much. What is not fantastic? Last of Us, handing over to me from last night. But I feel this show has jumped the shark. I don't think it was ever really there. I think it had one very good episode, right? I think the premise was good from the game. But, I can't remember the guy making it. They woke fuck idiots, basically, like everybody else in Hollywood. And he made this just a little bit too early, right? This came out, this went into production during the culture war. It ended very quickly. Let me be clear, the culture war is over. David Zaslav wagging his dick in Amazon face in regards to new Lord of the Rings movies. Yeah, that's saying the culture war's over, and if you do any woke shit, people aren't interested. This is going to be one of the hangovers, I'm afraid. Will it make it into season 2? I don't know. But this is such a boring and predictable episode of tokenism, right? As opposed to episode 3, which was I found a beautiful story, right? A genuine, beautiful story. See, the difference is now is it used to be, and I said this in the short I put out, it used to be a show about people in a post-apocalyptic fungoid zombie apocalypse, right? Now it's about gay people in a post-apocalyptic fungoid zombie apocalypse, right? That's basically like, well, that's weird, but okay, that's a weird choice. And the reason they're doing that is to convince us it's okay to be gay. Who do you know who says I don't want to see any gay people ever? Like, I'm a Bible thumping creationist, right? Genuinely am, and yeah, no, God, I don't think God ever commands you to like be his judge, jury, and executioners, right? Like the whole like prohibition against gay sex is essentially public gay sex as a part of a ritualistic magic or idolatry, essentially, right? Which was, I mean, that was the and it could only be when there is a Jewish temple standing, right? So. And because the premise is that this is a real aside, right? The premise is if there's a Jewish temple standing, the presence of God is so clear in the world, right? That it is clearly done as a rebellion against God rather than an act of love, right? So that's essentially it. Okay, so. I don't need to be convinced gays are okay. It's very patronizing, right? It's like, it's just stupid. And it's executed poorly. Bella Ramsey isn't Nick Offerman. She cannot pull it off. It's clumsy. It's obvious. It's boring. It's on the nose. It's a real genuine step backwards. It's tokenism over representation. I'm all for representation. Like, I finally realized I have no problem with representation. I'm interested in people I don't know. I'm interested in worlds I don't know and in lifestyles I don't know, right? I'm interested in representation. I'm not interested in tokenism. That's disgusting, right? This is tokenism. Conrad says, is this cornflakes or mold? Or cornflake. I kind of like the look of the mold, like especially in the titles. It is very creepy, right? And I like how the mold grows into the Joel and Ellie in this. So I didn't do a review last week because I just couldn't give a shit. Basically, he found his brother. He's in this wonderful enclave somewhere. He could stay there, but he decides not to. And they go ahead off. I can't remember what the fuck for. To take her to the university for testing. Right, and they're attacked by people, and they fight them off. But he's stabbed and dying in the snow with a horse. Essentially, right? That most of it was just to get. It was like plot and get into a cliffhanger. Last of Us, fine. So she's managed to get him bleeding to death to somewhere inside. And he's like, look, I'm going to die. Go back to my brother. And he's like, mean to pushes her away. And she's like, puts a blanket on him and goes up. Goes and gets back and is about to leave, right? And then it flashes back to several months earlier. This is her life beforehand, right? She's a trainee, whatever, military school, and she has a Walkman with banana armor or something, whatever. And this girl that starts picking her. It turns out that her roommate was the big tough one, and who will beat people up for her. Now roommate's gone vanished. He's like, now I'm gonna take you. And he's like, really? Boom! And she smashes her face in, essentially. So then he's called in by this super nice Captain Kwong. There's lots of racism in this episode, by the way. So they make it clear that Chinese people, like Asian people and white people can do well, right? in the post-apocalyptic fascist world. And so he's basically, listen, look, here's your choice. You either stop pissing around and actually knuckle down, and then you can be a officer and your life's gonna be much better, right? Or you can carry on like this and you're gonna be a grunt, and you're gonna have the bad food, you're gonna have the bad work, you're gonna have to go out in the middle of the day, you're gonna have a harder life. You're smart, you're the bestest ever. Ellie, you're the bestest ever, you're smart, you could totally do whatever you want, right? And so he says, yeah, basically. So that night, she's been acting out a lot, basically, since her roommate's gone, because she loves her clearly and she wants to fuck her. Okay, you know this right from like this moment over here when she looks over and the bed's gone. She goes to sleep, it's raining, and then a few hours later, somebody sneaks in, and it's her roommate. And I haven't played The Last of Us 2. But it seemed to me that Joel was replaced with a character that looked very similar to this person, right? It seemed, now I don't know, but it's kind of setting that up to me. Let me just breathe again. Only if all considers a victory before the war is over and the last gun is silent. Dude, it's over. It's over. It's over. The culture war is over, mate. Just you're gonna get the whatever's in the whatever ammo is in the chamber. You're gonna get still. But it's like the back's broken. The enemy's routed. So she says, okay, so what's the name? Her stunning and brave roommate, who she clearly wants to fuck. Or at least finger bang, says, come out. She says she's joined the Fireflies, the evil resistance Fireflies. She says, look, come out with me for one night where we get the best night ever, right? And then they go move on. They take her Walkman and they go sneaking out. They avoid the patrols and they go up here and they find a dead guy who drank himself to death with pills, basically committed suicide. Don't blame him, right? Totally don't blame him. And then all of a sudden the floor collapses and he falls through, right? And they take his booze, which is like the high end. This is from before, they say, the booze. And it's just like the perfect day. And you're waiting for them to kiss. And it's like, we're 10 minutes in. And this is like 40 minutes more of this shit, right? Oh, let's try the booze. Oh, yeah. It's it. It's will. Oh, she's got a gun from the Fireflies. They show it to her. It's just small talk. Will they, won't they? Right? And they go running over rooftops. Yay, run, come to a rooftop. And they got new power over this street now. Said, so let me take you inside the mall. They go inside and say, well, they reconnected all the power to the mall as well by mistake. They don't realize, right? So look, just go through there and tell me when you're there, right? Like, well, what's going to happen? And they go, doink! And she turns on the light and it's a mall. And it's like, whoa. The greatest thing ever. This is the best day ever. Oh, it's so magical. Nothing can go wrong. Oh, Jesus fucking Christ. It's so obvious what's going to happen, right? This is like I had the whole plot of this figured out by now, right? Spoiler alert, I'm going to basically say, at this point I said, oh, they're going to have a magical night. They're going to gaze into each other's eyes. They're going to kiss, and then a zombie's going to attack them and bite both of them. And that's going to lead her to be the infection and where she is now, right? At this point, we're about 40 minutes out from that, and I worked this out. It's so fucking obvious, right? So let's have the bestest night ever. And they go on their escalator, and they've been on an escalator, and they go up and down, and oh, they fall. And say, oh, and she's also self-conscious when her roommate catches her. No, oh, and you can tell it's so obvious. Oh God, it's the show about gay people in the post-apocalyptic fungoid zombie apocalypse. First they go say, oh, look, there's the lingerie store. That's the only thing that's left. Oh, can you imagine you wearing that? Oh, yes, I can. Oh, I want to finger bang you. And she just fixes her hair in the reflection because, oh, it's, oh, God. It's like... It's just so pandering. Best idea. Oh, look, we've got a roundabout we're going. We've never done this before, and we'll gaze lovingly into each other's eyes. We'll drink it on the bestest night ever. Look, this not joke. Look, this is what all this thing was. So fucking, it's like piece of shit. It really was a piece of. I mean, at least the Nick Offerman episode, which I thought was excellent, told a story. This is like a boring, predictable fuck off story. Oh, that everybody's lived through. First kiss. Oh, and zombie apocalypse. So then they go and they go to a photo machine and they take pictures. And, yay! Oh, so much fun. Girls being girls. Yeah. Oh, I feel so close to you. And then they go to the arcade. And you're like, well, they got Mortal Kombat, right? And they've all seen the post. They never played it. So, yeah, they Mortal Kombat, blum, 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 blum. And yeah, they play Mortal Kombat. But then, way off, over in the mall, over in the American Girl doll store, there is a zombie, and he wakes up, he hears a and then they basically forget about it for a bit. They go, so let's go to the next surprise. And they say, oh, is it tacos? No, that's not around anymore. This is where she's been sleeping, and she's got another book of these puns. She likes these pun books, right? Look, here's the thing with Bella Ramsey. She was the right girl to cast for the Game of Thrones role. You wanted a little kid who could be like a hard-ass. But Ella is supposed to be sweet. There's nothing sweet about her, right? It's also supposed to be feminine, right? She's aggressively non-feminine, right? And I'm sorry, like, man. I mean, I'm hoping she's not like taking puberty blockers or something, binding her chest, because I can imagine them doing that these days, right? And so they have these pun books, and then she finds bombs that she's looking after. He's like, oh, you're killing our soldiers. I'm going to go and leave you. And she leaves. Oh, and they get angry. He says, but no, this is my last night. They're shipping me off to Atlanta. Oh, it's our last night to make sweet, passionate love. But she walks away. Walks away. And they says, no, I'm going to go back. Go back. Is a zombie going to eat? And she hears a scream. Runs after her. And it's just a machine, what's the name machine? They go, it was costume party thing, right? And she says, I thought you'd love this. I saved this for last. Is that a Judge Death helmet over there? Come back. That's totally Judge Death. Yeah, that is Judge Death. Best bit of this episode. Okay, so here's the point. It's around here. I can't remember where we just get into idiot critical race theory again. It's so stupid, right? So why did Ella's stunning and brave lesbian love run away? We find out in this moment of the episode. Why did she run away? Because she was given latrine duty by the Asian person in charge. She said, "No, you could work hard. You could become, an officer. You could do all that." She said, "Well, you could do it, and the Asian person, but I can't. Why? Because everybody hates black people." That's basically the idiot answer. Look, in a zombie apocalypse, nobody has bloody time to be racist. Nobody has bloody time to be trans, for God's sake. Which I believe will probably be coming at some point. Just know, these are signs of a incredibly affluent society where you have everything you need, right? None of that stuff is real. Oh, God. So yeah. So why'd she run away? Oh, because racism. Racism is bad. Oh, we better hang our heads and say for the racism. Okay, let's go back to the bloody review. Oh, will they, won't they? What about the zombie? Oh, they talk. And she wants to come with her. I said, no, we got one more fun thing to do. And she put some music on the sound system and they dance together like young free spirits they are. Yeah, oh yes, we're just clean. We're just normal, young, innocent people dancing together. Oh, they take off the mask. Oh, look into each other's eyes. It's going to happen. Oh, and her lesbian awakening away. Smooch. And look how uncomfortable she looks, right? It doesn't look genuine, right? It doesn't look like neither of them look like they're enjoying that. I'm sorry. Oh, yay, we're gays together. We're the best protected sexuality ever. But now a zombie's coming. Now they come out to each other. Oh no, bam, bam, bam. She shoots, but the zombie's going to attack. I do like it. I like all the fungus bit. It's so fucking obvious. Oh no. And she managed to knife it in the head, right? Finally, yay. But then she's bitten. No, I've been bitten too. And she flashes back to present. And he's dying. Oh. So then she decides, I'm going to start looking around for stuff. And they decide, look, we could just end it, or we could just stay together as long as we can, right? Well, and that's what they do. And obviously she doesn't become a zombie, and her friend does. Meanwhile, she finds the needle and thread. Yay! And now she's going to sew up Joel. And he's going to, just like with her friend, she's going to stay with him as long as she can. It's just, for fuck's sake, really, just stop with the weirdo shit all the time. Stop. Okay, nobody said there's a problem with being gay, but there is saying a problem with telling kids it's only okay to be gay. Stop with this shit already. So I'm like, fuck off. It's basically where I am with the show. Just fuck off. You know, enough already, right? Fuck off. Genuinely. So freaking bored of all of it, right? It's so obvious. It's so done. It's so dull. I mean, that's really the bottom line. It's just so freaking dull. My name's Tzvi Lebetkin, the Rabbi from another planet. Please like, share, and subscribe, and ring that little bell. Ring the little bell so you're notified when new videos drop.